Hello, everyone. Let's see, there's lots already going on over there in the comments, in the chat. I see a lot of new names that I have not seen before. So welcome everybody that will catch this later on in the replay. And then, of course, I see a lot of our friends. There's Arsenio, hello, and Carol. Let's see here. Christine, Jeanette, and Sonia. Hello, Lori. Yes, I had my hair fixed today, Lori, and then by the end of the day, it always goes up in the messy ponytail. Have to get the messy curls out of my face. Let's see. Hello, Sarah in South Dakota. Mindy, hello, friend. I love when our design team comes in to chat with everyone. Hello, Sandy and Gail and Carla and Mary. Oh, yay. Susan is in her craft room making cards. Lori, Connie, hello. Susie, hello. That's the crafty hairdo. Absolutely. I did get halfway ready for today. Thank you. I had to wear my hearts for the happy heart release. So I have my little heart sweatshirt on, my little heart sweater. Hello, Dave. And there's Lisa. All right. Yes, I have to have my hearts for the occasion and a little bit of pink lipstick. Thank you, Mindy. Let's see here. Everyone, it's so exciting, everyone. Okay, so while everyone is popping in, let's give just a little bit of information. So I mentioned this the other day, but we have a challenge group over on Facebook, and it's called Honeybee Stamps Buzzworthy Challenges. And I wrote it all out there on the screen, so it's easier for you to find it. But I'm going to put up a graphic in the next few days that talks about a free class that we have coming up. I do these ever so often, not as often as I would like. We've just been so busy with releases and things, but we're going to have one in February. So make sure you check out the information there. Join our group if you already haven't, but it's just a fun place. It's extremely laid back, fun place to go and take part in a challenge if you want to do that. And everyone there is super sweet, and they post their cards and things like that. So I hope you guys maybe can join me for the free class, and we'll do it something like this where normally I go on and just kind of show some easy techniques and some card making and things like that. So I hope that you'll join me for that. Hello, Brenda. Let's see, Devoted to Create. I love that name. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And I guess we are all ready for this evening and to jump into our release, the whole release. And let me tell you about how we do our giveaways for those of you who are joining us and are newbies. We just randomly choose someone that has commented. So make sure as we're going along, you leave us a comment, tell us what you like about, whatever I'm showing, or, and share your ideas as well, because believe it or not, a lot of times when we do these lives and we see comments in here, you guys have great ideas on how to use some of these products, outside of the box that we've not ever thought about. And so we would love to hear that. If you think of something new or some way that you would want to use something, make sure that you add that in the chat, because I know all of us crafters would appreciate that. So that is awesome. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to move my keyboard out of the way, and I'm going to move this down to the desk view. And I'm going to start out this evening with paper and wax stuff. And then we're going to do our first giveaway. Let's see. Sonia is saying, this is my first live. I'm so excited that you're here. Okay. So new, first of all, is our little wax melting furnace. And it comes in this cute little Be Creative box, of course. And I use this in one of our little release videos here on YouTube, but I wanted to show everything. It just fits over one of those super inexpensive tea lights, and it heats up your little spoon. And I don't even have my little spoon here on my desk to show you how all of it goes on there. Here it is. But you heat up your little spoon and your wax melts and then pour that over. So it's just our little wax melting furnace. So that will be available. And then also the new Happy Hearts wax melts. Now this is going to coordinate with our new paper pads, and we'll jump into the paper pads here in just a second. But you can see how all of your colors are going to coordinate. So easy to add these to the front of your cards like I did in the video, or you can put these as a seal on your envelopes or whatever. So there is that. And then we have 3 new stampers. So we have, and I'm going to try to hold this really still where I can catch it in the camera. So we have With Love, which I actually used on the front of a card. We have Happy Mail. So these are good for all of our happy, crafty mail. And then we have Handmade. I can kind of show that and tilt it in the light. So we have those, and then also having to do with the wax, and you probably saw my video with this as well, but these are the wax seal stickers. Let me see if I can hold these up and kind of tilt it in the light so you can see it. So these are wonderful tabbed double-sided adhesive. And what this is going to do, it's going to make it easier for you to pre-make. Let's say if you have our little wax melting mat, to pre-make all of your little wax melts and then add those either onto your envelopes or onto your projects. And they're perfectly sized for that little dollop of wax that comes out. And of course, those of you who watch our lives know that my favorite thing about some of our adhesives are the tabs. My favorite thing, I've got big hands and big fingers. And so anything with tabs that I don't have to sit and scrape the backer off of is A+ in my book. Okay, so these are the wax seal stickers. And then moving into paper. First, let's start with our freebie for this release. This is our new freebie paper pack. And let me see if I wanted to show you a brand new one, but let me go ahead and see if I can't get the packaging open here. Let's see here. Yes, Carol is saying she's mailed them with no problem. I have as well. I've mailed them and not had issues either on my card with it in an envelope or on the outside. Okay, so here is our freebie paper pack. These are free while supplies last with orders of $75 or more. You don't have to do anything or put in a code or anything like that. It will automatically show up in your cart when you've reached that threshold. But these are cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch size. But of course, if you wanted to do a larger size card, you just use this as a layer on your card. So let's go ahead and jump in here. We have some fun little festive hearts. And if I flip it over, we have beautiful spring and summer florals. We have hearts and polka dots and kind of this fun pink chevron. And then we have florals and kind of a ombre from like a turquoisey teal to a beautiful blue. We have more florals. I can't get over the florals. Another ombre from orangey yellow into greens. Floral, and then another ombre white into pinks and orangey yellows. We have like this little hand-picked bouquet wrapped up in newspaper. And if I flip it over here, this is almost a tone. It's very light. You can see it's a gray on white paper, and it's a pretty floral, very subtle background. And then we have another little bouquet with navy and white hearts. We've got a fun little floral, perfect for a big sentiment. And then we have this kind of checked design that is made out of little dots. We have a cute little envelope, spilling hearts. If I flip it over, we have little tiny flowers. We have these beautiful hearts. I love this one. I may be hoarding this piece of paper. And then a fun geometric. We've got some more florals and a tone on tone with little X's. We have a fun heart. Again, just add a beautiful sentiment on there. And then hearts and dots on the back. So that is it for our freebie. I put that aside. And then let's get into, while we're in paper mode, let's go ahead and get into our beautiful paper pad. So this is the Happy Hearts paper pad. It is 6 by 8.5. So each sheet of paper, you're going to get one big 5 by 7 card or two A2 or 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch cards. So you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck with this size paper. Let me see if I can get my little sticker here without wrinkling my paper, because then I would cry. Okay, so let me very carefully slide it here. There we go. Okay, so let's flip this baby open. There are 24 sheets in this paper pad, and there's 12 of each design. No, there's two designs, 12 different patterns. There we go. Okay, so we have florals, beautiful springy colors, and if I flip it, this is so fun. Do you see the little designs in the hearts? Blues and pinks and greens, and then there's the same pattern. I love this plaid. That is another one that I've been using a ton of. We have beautiful strawberries. And then this plaid I've also been using a lot of. You're going to see on some of my sample cards for this evening. And then we have these kind of squiggly hearts. We have a stripe. And this is like a pinky, kind of a dark pink color. And then we have a lighter pink polka dot. We are going into yellows, and this is a swirly floral. If I hold it up and get it to focus there, you can see the swirl there in the background. And then we have kind of wonky stripes. And then we have a geometric. This is kind of diamond shaped. And then a fun plaid with hearts in the center. And we go into greens, and this says XOXO. And then a green chevron. And then swirly hearts again, little heart stripes. And then a really teeny tiny gingham. And then we have blue with white dots and hearts and little stripes there. And then we have little confetti. We have this great paper that is stripes, and you can see it's got a green and a blue. And if I hold it up really close, it almost looks like a gentleman's shirt pattern. It's really pretty. And then we have that little checked pattern in blue. We have black and white diamonds. We have black and white houndstooth. We have a black and white floral. How pretty would that be? Just a color with your colored pencils. And then last but not least, we have kind of the scattered heart background that is in black and white. Okay, so that is the Happy Hearts paper pad. Now let's jump in to our gingham Happy Hearts. And this is going to be all the same beautiful colors, just in our gingham pattern. Let me see if I can't work this open very carefully. There we go. So we have dark pinks. And on the back side, those of you that aren't familiar with our gingham paper pads, on the front side of the paper, you're going to see a tone on tone gingham. But if you flip it over, it's the same shade of color, but the in between is white. So it just depends on how you want to use it and what kind of project you're doing, whether you want the tone on tone color or the white. So you have different options there with our ginghams. So we have dark pinks and going into lighter pink. And then we go into kind of a melon, kind of cantaloupe color. And then this is kind of a salmon. And we'll keep moving here, and we're going into yummy buttery yellows, my favorite color. And then even lighter yellow. And then into the really bright grass springy green. A lighter green. This is a more citron color. Is this a new paper size, my older honey pets? Yes, this is new. We started this now last year. I was going to say earlier in the year, but about mid-year, we started with the new size. The citron color, we go into blues. We have, this is almost a teal blue. This is a more baby blue. And then we go into really dark charcoal gray and black. And then black and white, great basic on the back of that. And then we have the lighter gray. Again, a great basic. And is that the last one? And then there we go. That's the last one. So let me kind of close this up. You can see our cute little paper pads. And then we have lots of new sparkle. So we have the crystal. Nope, not that one. Shimmer and nope, not that one. It's this one. Okay. Crystal Glimmer. I don't want to show you the wrong thing. Now this is a clear enamel dot that has shimmer on the inside, and it's going to be really hard to pick it up on camera. There are photos on the website of this, and even in pictures, it's hard to pick up the little bit of shimmer that is sprinkled within these little clear enamel dots. But these are great if you like the little dewdrops on your lovely layers or things like that. This is going to be similar to that. It's just going to give you just a tiny bit more sparkle. But it's, as you can tell, it's not like a in-your-face sparkle. It's very subtle. And then we have our Happy Hearts gem stickers. Now, as you can tell, our gem stickers perfectly match our paper pads. There are 210 gem stickers in each pack, and they are sizes large, medium, and small in each shade. So we've got that beautiful kind of teal blue, green, the citron. This is kind of an iridescent, that cantaloupe color. This is more of an iridescent that's going to pick up the pinks and the greens depending on which way I turn it. This is going to pick up more of the cantaloupe color, but it's an iridescent. And then we have a really true pink there. So lots of glimmer and shimmer with our cute little Happy Hearts gem stickers. And then last but not least, we have our Happy Hearts pearls. And I've got 2 little packs in here because I've been using them on my projects. But let's pull that out. So we have a beautiful rich green, the more kind of green, the really light blue, going into a yellow, I don't think I would, maybe that's more of like the salmon color. This is more of the cantaloupe, leans a little more orange. And then this here that looks white, it's an iridescent. So if I turn it in the light very carefully, do you see how it's picking up the pink and the blue when I turn it just a little bit? So that's like an iridescent pearl. That's something new, I think, that we haven't had in our little pearl packs yet, but that's the Happy Hearts pearl stickers. Again, there are 210 in each pearl sticker pack, and I love these because they have the 3 different sizes, so you can kind of choose, do you want a large pearl, a medium-sized pearl, or the little tiny ones? Okay, let me make sure. I think we've got all that out of the way. So Lisa, it's time for our first giveaway tonight. And those of you that may have come in late, the way that we choose our giveaway winners is just randomly scrolling through and choosing a comment. So make sure you comment and tell us what you're liking, how you would use that product, anything that you would like. We just want to hear from you, and we love chatting with you all. Everybody's loving the different sizes. I love all the bling. Me as well. Those of you who watch our lives know that I have to have a little sparkle. Let's see. Honeybee gems are my favorite. Yes, I love that even our pearls have the adhesive on the back. So I'm not worried about trying to glue those down. Let's see. Congrats to Natalie Toma. You're our first winner tonight, Natalie. And if you will just email me, kelley@honeybeestamps.com, we will hook you up with your $25 gift card tonight. So congratulations, Natalie. And we're going to have more giveaways. So make sure you comment, guys, so Lisa can scroll through and choose our winners. Okay, and we're going to jump into more stuff. And I've got a whole stack here, and I've got some, you can tell I've been crafting. So we're going to jump in, and I'll kind of show you as we move along. Let me make room on my desk for my big stack here. Okay, so this is our new foil sentiment set, and it is the foil script Love. And it has the foil plates, the little foil sentiments, and the dies. So this is what it looks like. Now, if you just wanted to foil directly onto your cardstock, you could do that. If you like the look of die cuts, you could pick those up as well. But I have foiled these just on a light pink paper, and you can see we have big hugs with love, hugs and kisses. I adore you. You are so loved, and hello. You can see I just did some sparkly silver on pink paper. And then I always, anytime that I foil, and I hope this is not, no, it's not too stuck. Anytime that I foil every sentiment in whatever color that I'm going to do. And then I just die cut them when I need them. I keep them with my packaging just like this, because I figure if I'm going to foil one word or one sentiment, I might as well foil them all. And then I've got them in that color. So just a little tip and trick of what I do. But that's our foil script Love sentiments. And we're going to jump right in to this beauty. Okay, so everybody that I've seen on the YouTube video comments has been loving our lovely Layers strawberry dies. And these are so stinking fun. As you can see, you can make a large, big, like clump of strawberries, or you can kind of use these little single pieces. There's everything from these small little strawberries to really great big strawberries. And here I did the whole bunch and added the strawberries and the little blossoms. I even have the little strawberries here that are ink blended to look like they're not quite ripe yet. I love that. And I had a lot of fun creating this. But lovely Layer strawberries. There's the little green toppers that you can add, the stems, and there's also some new vessels that are perfect for your strawberries. And these are the terracotta pots. There is a tall, kind of skinny one, and then there's the more oblong one. They have the little holes in them, you know, where people grow like their strawberries or whatever out on their patio. And I like this because you can put a large bunch of strawberries in the tops of the terracotta pots, and then you could have some of these little smaller guys kind of trail out from the sides, even like, you know, I would trim off a little leaf or a little bloom and kind of have trail out of the little holes there. And then let me show you what it looks like if I can pick this little guy up. And then we have the oblong version here, and you can add it right down there. Now you can see that these pots are layering. So if you wanted to stick your stems and everything down in there, you could totally do that. I just adhered these together just with solid color cardstock to give you a look at what they look like. And so this is our lovely layer strawberries and the cute little terracotta pots. So I'm going to set those aside. And then we have, you guys have seen this one. This is our Lovely Layers Pansy. So this is the card that I created on a live last week with our Lovely Layers Pansy. And I showed you in that live, you can always go back and catch the replays if you're interested. But I showed you how I went from plain white cardstock and ink blended onto just plain white cardstock and created this purple and kind of yellow colored pansy and did the little grouping, added one of our new sentiments and our opulent frames. And then we have a really pretty kind of springy looking card. Now, this is just a loose grouping of pansies that I created with one of the large blooms and two of the smaller one and added 3 of the leaves. But you can kind of arrange these any way that you can see where I've adhered all that together. You could arrange these in any way you want to create, you know, however you want it to look on your card. But this is our Lovely Layers Pansy. Now on this pansy, you can see I've added dark pencil lines to the embossing lines. This one I did not. And look at all that beautiful detail in the die cuts. That has no pencil or anything over the top of it. That is just blending on ink, a Distress Oxide ink with my blending brushes. So very, very beautiful detail in our Lovely Layers Pansy. Okay, so let's move right along to the Opulent Frames dies. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dies in this set, and it goes all the way from A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is going to butt up to the edge of your A2 size card, just like this all the way around. And then the size is going to work down from there. Every die is a little bit different. The big die has the crimped edge right around the scallops and the cut line. And then if we move inside, we have these cute little medallions and then a pierced design around the edge. We move into this red layer and it has kind of this, I don't even know what you would call this, but this really pretty design. It's pressed into the paper and it's going to be hard to pick it up on camera, but there's lines and design that is pressed in. And then there are some that almost look like there's like a little stitching line. So almost like letter press and then the little stitches there. This gray layer, it's got some little petals that are pressed in. And then we have a little pierced design again. And then the smallest one just has the little scallops or the little corners cut out. And that is the perfect size to add, you know, a little sentiment or whatever you wanted to add. But 5 nice dies in this set, and they're just really fun to layer together. You know, you can start out with this that I've done in the pink. You know, you don't necessarily have to use the largest layer. You can kind of mix them and match them to get different looks with your pattern paper and your cardstock. So these are called the Opulent Frames dies. Really great for layering your paper. Now let's move into a fun 3D embossing folder. This is the Spring Medley embossing folder. And if I open this beauty up, you can see all of that beautiful detail. This side of the embossing folder is raised and this side is pressed into the plastic. So when you close that up and run it through your die machine, this is what you get when it comes out. You get all of that beautiful design. And all I did to give it a little pizzazz was ink on a little bit of pink and yellow and green. And then I covered the whole thing in perfect pearls. Do you see the shimmer on that? But how fun is that going to be for a spring background? Maybe add a couple little flower die cuts and a sentiment, and then we've got a beautiful card all ready to go. But that just has amazing detail in it. So this is the Spring Medley 3D embossing folder. Really, really pretty. Okay. Next up, we have a really fun combo, and this is called the Friendship Frame combo. And this has a beautiful stamp set, and I'm going to try to tilt it here to where we don't have the light from my lights. Let me just go ahead and take it out. It's hard with my bright, crafty lights. And then maybe it'll make it a little bit better. Okay, so we have this really nice, big, large floral frame, and then lots of great sentiments that you can either use by itself on there, or you can mix them together. Like you could say, so very thankful for you, or so very thankful for your love, or for your kindness. Oh, happy day. There's a little hello here. There is the stamp set. There is the coordinating die set. And this is cool because you could cut out just the outside and add if you wanted to do that, and leave the center, whatever color cardstock you stamped this on. Or you could cut out the outside and the inside, little shaker. And then, of course, there are all the coordinating dies that are going to cut out all the little sentiments. So you could pop that up anywhere on your card and make it super easy. Now, if you're like me and sometimes you just want to color quickly, there's also the Friendship Frame stencil set. This is a 6 stencil set. And I've got mine all tucked in here, but this has a wonderful layering guide that comes with it. And it gives you a look like if you started out and did all the leaves green and then added maybe a light pink and then a dark pink, or, a salmon color, a little bit darker, and then did the centers of the flowers in a yellow. When you put all that together, this is what it looks like if you just use the stencils. So it's going to give you a look at that. This is what it looks like if you add the stamp. You're going to get the the dark stamped line around it. So you can use it just the stamp. You can color it with your pencils or Copic markers, or you could use the stencils by themselves, or you could pair it all together and use the stamp, the stencil, the die cuts. You could just go all out. And so here are the stencils. These are A2 size, so they're easy to line up. I would probably use my stencil mat and butt it up against the edge, but everything is labeled, and it's going to be hard to catch on screen there. Let me see if I can get it here. But this says large flowers, layer 1. So you can look up here and say, okay, well, I know that one is going to be the leaves, so I want to do that layer in a green. And then so on. And so we've got the large flowers. Let me move that out of the way. Large flowers, so if you can see it up against my desk here. And then we've got the small flowers. We've got more little small flowers. We have the flower centers. And then we have the large leaves is that one. Okay, so this is the Friendship Frame stamp, die, and stencil set. Let's see here. Okay, next is another little collection. This is called a little note. I almost said just a note, but this is a little note. So again, we have this great floral. Can you tell that Honeybee Stamps is really ready for springtime and getting into warmer weather? I'm loving all the florals and the fun colors, but we have this really fun kind of wonky heart with these scattered florals all the way around. We have a fun little banner that you could add anywhere. If you wanted to add it across the heart, you could do it across the bottom of your card. And then of course we've got all kinds of great little sentiments and extras, like just a little note to my bestie, love you. Love is love. You're my favorite. I love you more. Hello, friend. And then there's some extra little flowers that you could make a background out of and stamp all over the background. You could add these and die cut those and add them to the inside of your card. So lots of little fun things that you can do with those. The die set is going to give you lots of bang for your buck here. You've got the heart that is separate. So you can stamp that and just cut out the heart to make a little shaker window in there. There is the outside of the florals, and then there's different layers for the banner. So you could do like a white layer on top and stamp your sentiment, and then add pinks or blues or yellows or whatever colors that you wanted to pull into your card. You could add that to the layers underneath. And then of course there are the dies for all the little sentiments and all the little extra pieces. And then again, there is a fun stencil set. There are, let's see here, 4 layers in this stencil set. And so there is the layer 1, which is the flowers. Layer 2 is the heart, and well, it's the flowers, and then the outside of the banner here. So if you wanted to stencil this, so let me stop. And kind of back up for a second. If you wanted to stencil this all together, all at one time, let's say you, put your stencil down and you wanted to do, and your project look like this. You could do that all at one time, and your stencils are already all lined up with the banner down there. So you could do that. So it has the flowers and then the little shadow pieces or the little tails of the banner. And then you've got the large flower centers and the inside of the heart, and then the really deep fold line on the banner. And then we've got leaves and the outside of the banner. We've got the leaves and flower centers. And then it's going to give you a look here at what it looks like finished, just like that. And then of course here at the bottom, it gives you a look if you did the stenciling, you added the dark stamp lines, and then you're going to get the dark stamped outline there. So it just depends on how you like to craft. Do you like to just stamp and color with your Copic markers? Do you want to stamp and die cut and stencil? It just provides lots of options. But this one again is called a little note. Okay, so we're going to move on to a standalone stencil, and this is the Damask Stencil, and I hope it's not hard to see. Let me place it right there, but you can see it's this beautiful, like classy design. And if I hold this up, I stenciled this in yellows and greens and then added perfect pearls over the top of the wet ink. But look how this looks like. I think it looks almost like vintage wallpaper. Like it would just be a really beautiful background, and then add some of your lovely layers flowers on top, or a beautiful sentiment or whatever. And so I just had fun kind of playing around with this stencil to see if I could get different looks with it. And I had fun with the perfect pearls, and I thought that that was really cool and looked like vintage wallpaper. Okay, and then we have the Damask cover plate. This is A2 size, and this is going to give you that great kind of letter pressed into your paper look. Some of these lines are going to be more subtle because, let me kind of hold it up here, because they're larger and thicker lines that are really going to press. And then some of them are very narrow and slender. So it's almost, it doesn't cut, but it's almost going to cut through your paper where you're going to get that damask design there in the little flowery part, I should say. I don't know what the parts of these are called, but on this example, I used it just normally and ran it through my die machine. On this one, I wanted to see what it would look like if I dry embossed it with the rubber mat that comes with your die machine. And it does the same design. It just makes everything a little more soft and subtle. So you can still get some different looks depending on how you want to use it, but it's really pretty. And you could probably even use the backside where it's raised there, but just a really pretty subtle design. So this is the Damask cover plate. And then we have a pretty sentiment set that is called Best of Everything. Let me pull this out here. Let me get rid of this little stencil. But we've got, I love the mix of fonts here, but you've got a really pretty like scripty font with the regular print. But it says, you know, I'm here for you, praying for you every day, big hugs. You always know how to make me feel better. You aren't alone. Get well soon. You bring a smile to my face. Thank you for always being there. Hello, my friend. Hi. Wishing you the best of everything. Friends are one of the special ways that God takes care of us. Thinking of you. And I think I got them all. Big hugs. And then, of course, there is the die set that's going to cut out all of these greetings. So this is just a great, like, everyday sentiment set that has a little bit of everything in it. Anything from get well soon to thinking of you that you could use on a sympathy card. You know, you aren't alone, to big hugs. Let's see, thank you for always being there. It's a really great mix of sentiments. So this is called Best of Everything. Okay, and then we're going to move on to our Simply Stated. And you can see I used this in one of the videos. So this is this set that has the two little hand-picked bouquets. One is tied up with a little tag. The other has a cute little banner. And the sentiments in this set are depending on which bouquet you want to use. So there's lots of little teeny tiny little things that you can put inside the tag. And then there are also these curvy, fun little sentiments that will fit inside the banner. So we've got thank you, love you, hello, my friend, big hugs, missing you, sending love, best wishes, way to go, happy anniversary, congratulations, happy birthday, Mr. and Mrs. to a special friend, you bring me joy. And then that's just the banner ones. The little teeny tiny tag ones we have, I heart you, HB to you, hugs for you, hello, friend, enjoy. And then there's love you up here. And then, of course, there's some little hearts. You could stamp a little heart in there. So really fun. And then this is the card that I made in that video. I just did some simple Copic coloring. Of course, I used the opulent frames again because I'm obsessed with the layering of the paper. And then I just added a little for you here in a little tag. You can see our little happy hearts gem stickers. And this is some of our pattern paper here, but really fun. Just simple coloring. And this is called Simply Stated. Okay, so it's time for another giveaway. So while Lisa is doing that, I'm going to put away all my goodies here so I don't lose anything. Oh, let's see here. All right, congrats to Always Rejoicing. You are winner number 2. Always Rejoicing. So if you'll email me at Kelley, Kelley, at honeybeestamps.com, I will get you your $25 gift card. Okay, and I'm going to take a little drink. Let's see here. I love the comment. Where was that? I saw a really great comment about the sentiments, and now I've lost it. Okay, Kathy said it's the best sentiments, a perfect way for beginners building their stash. I agree. Kathy said that. Okay, so here we go with the next round, and we're going to start out with a sentiment set. This one's kind of fun, and I like the quirky font on this one, but it is called You're a Keeper. And this is a good mix too. So your friendship keeps me going. So thankful you're my friend. Hello, crafty friend. Happy birthday, beautiful. Love you lots. Love you. You are loved. You're the best. Happy Heart Day. You never cease to amaze me. You're such a gem. So if you like the gem stickers, you can add, some little gems. You're a keeper and you're so kind. And then, of course, there is the coordinating die set that's going to cut out all of the sentiments. So we have you're a keeper. Let me set that over here in my little pile. And then we have these cute little love bugs. These have been super popular. So this is the card that I created the other day with one of the new stencil sets that we'll get to here in just a second. But this is our Heart Hugs Critters. You can see all of them come in one die set. So you have the cute little hedgehog. So we'll set him there. There is the cute little bear. And then if I can find him, he's hiding out, is the cute little fox. And they all have their little hands open to hold a balloon or a heart, or you could do whatever. You could do a grouping of balloons. But it's a really nice die set, and they're so super, super simple to put together. I know on the backer, it looks like a lot of pieces, but for the hedgehog, it's only 1, 2, 3 dies, and then whatever you want to put in his hands. The little bear is 1, 2, and then his little nose, 3 dies. And then whatever you want to put in his hand. So it looks like a lot of dies, but they're super simple to build these little critters. And the fox is easy too. You can see his little ears and his little nose and his little body here, and then his little face and background area you can do in white or gray. And then there are the balloon strings, and you have regular like birthday balloons, or I made a little balloon out of one of the hearts for this little hedgehog guy. So you can mix it up and do whatever you wanted to. And then this card, I totally stole this idea out of one of our design team members, Leanne West, because I thought it was so stinking adorable. So make sure you check out Leanne on Instagram and all that good stuff. So let me set our cute little Heart Hugs Critters aside. And then we have our love, love, love cover plate stamps, and there's the little dies. So these have been really popular. We had a holiday one, and we had, what was the first one? I can't remember now. It's leaving my brain. But we had like a Merry, Merry, Merry. So that the stamp set has the open letters. It has the solids. So the open letters, you could color those in. The solids, you can ink blend or do techniques or whatever you wanted to do right onto your stamp. And then it's got this mix of sentiments that you can mix and match. And you can say, love you so much, love you bunches, spreading a little love, our friendship, love you, love us. So there's a whole mix of the way you could mix this up. The die is going to cut out 4 loves all the way down your paper. Lots of different techniques you can do with this. Anything from, switching out the little letters. You can pop in pattern paper to leaving these open and making this a little shaker card. Lots of different things you can do with that. And then, of course, we have the coordinating dies that are going to cut out all these little words. So you can pop those right onto your die cut that you make with your cover plate die. So this is the love, love, love little collection here. Okay. All right. So let's get into the Fluttering Hearts foil plate. And this takes a tiny bit of explaining. So this is what it looks like when it is foiled. Just this foiled. Super cute foiled pink background. And we had some, and you may have seen these. We put these fluttering heart cover plates out a couple of years ago. They're still available at honeybeestamps.com, but we wanted a little fun foil to go in behind the fluttering hearts cover plate. So this is the original cover plate. This is the pierced fluttering hearts. And then I'll show you the way that you can mix it up. So this is the original cover plate, and it fits right over the top of the foiled hearts, just like that. So you could layer it and mix it up. This is the original set and how it came out. The fluttering hearts cover plate over the pierced, and it's hard to see on camera, over the pierced design. And then we probably still have, there's a fluttering heart stencil. Do you see now the stencil is older too. But I just wanted to show you, like, we have this whole like fluttering hearts kind of collection going on. And this one fits some way if I flipped it over the right way, but that flips over the top too. But we wanted some fun foiling cover plates that would go underneath that fluttering heart cover plate. So this is the fluttering hearts foil plate. Okay, and everything will kind of work in tandem together. All right, we have another 3D embossing folder for you, and this is, I got to tell you the right name, Clover Petals 3D embossing folder. So let me open it up, and again, you're going to get the side that is raised, just like that, and then you're going to get the side that is pressed into the plastic. And when you run your cardstock through, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get all that fun detail. And you can see now kind of why it's called Clover Petals. But I just ran this through my die machine with red paper, did a little bit of messy ink blending and just hit the high points. And then I just, for a little bit of fun, added white gel pen to the centers just to kind of make a fun background. And then I also used that cover, or the 3D embossing folder, behind this little hedgehog. So do you see it back there? So just a fun way to create another fun textured background. So this is called the Clover Petals 3D embossing folder. Really beautiful. And if you look up on YouTube or, you know, whatever, you can find a lot of great techniques and fun things to do with 3D embossing folders as well. Okay, so we have the Love Potion jars. So we have some fun little shaped potion jars, perfume bottles, liquid luck, like whatever you want to call it. The stamps, we have some little labels that go on top. There is the little die set that goes with that. And then we couldn't have little fun little jars without having some fun stamp labels. So we have friendship, fairy dust, luck, wishes, love, courage, perfume, birthday wishes, stardust, healing potion. And then there's a bunch of like little extra little zhuzh 'em up, little doodads that you can add here and there. There's like these fun little dandelions and clovers, like to put with the luck. There's little hearts, so you can make like a little love potion. There's a tag and a tie, little stars and hearts. And then there's the dies that are going to cut out all of the little labels, sentiments, and the little extras as well. So super fun. If any time that you're looking for inspiration for any of our stuff, make sure you check out the website because there's always design team pictures there. And I've seen some really amazing cards with the little bottles. Okay, next up is the Just For You stamp set. You can tell mine has already been well loved. We have a YouTube video hop coming up at the end of the week. This is the card that I made for the video hop. So I did an all over background with a bunch of these little bitty pieces because some of these little pieces in here are so cute. I was like, how do I fit all of this stuff on a card? So I chose one of the little bouquets, and of course I love the strawberries. So I did the strawberries, and then there's little washi tape, and there's little gifts, and a little torn piece of tape, and scissors. There's little greenery pieces, but there's all kinds of fun ways that you can use these little bitty stamps, and I just wanted to use the whole thing. There's lots of great greetings in here, like just for you, hi friend, hello, love you, miss you, and thanks. And then the coordinating die set, I didn't use on this card. I used the sentiment die, but it's going to cut out everything there, so you can see how fun it is just to add all those fun little pieces to make a fun background. And so make sure you check out our YouTube video hop at the end of the week. I believe it's on the 19th. And you'll see how I made this card. Plus, you'll be able to hop along and see lots of other inspiration from our design team members. So make sure you check out that. We always do giveaways and things for the hop as well. So I don't want you to miss that. All right, next is the It's Always Been You sentiment set. This is another great one. I love you more than my morning coffee. I found the one who makes my heart smile, Love you yesterday, love you still. You are my person. My heart is filled with love. I learned what love is from loving you. I love you so very much. Love is friendship set on fire. Let's see. Let me make sure I got everything. Thank you. This one is great, obviously, for Valentine's Day, but anniversary cards, Mother's Day is coming up. I love you so very much. I learned what love is from loving you. So lots of really great occasions that you can use this It's Always Been You stamp set. And then, of course, like with a lot or many of our sentiment sets, there's the coordinating die set, so you can cut them all out. So a great mix of fonts in this one as well. All right. One last thing. And you guys saw me use this the other night for this card. But this is the Hearts in Bloom stencil set. And it is so stinking cute. I made this card in one of the little videos. And you probably saw me boo-boo. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you check that out. But I made a little boo-boo with the wax, got it fixed, no problem. But I used the Hearts in Bloom stencil set. It's a 4-piece stencil set, and it comes out amazing when you use all the pieces. So you can tell in both of these where like the stem fits into the little flowers, and then you have the little greenery pieces and the little hearts and dots. So super fun. Here is the layering guide, if I can get it picked up here. But you have your big hearts, and then you add in your little flower petals and more little flower petals and dots and the greenery. Everything fits in together. And then here are my super messy stencils because I have used the heck out of these. But all 4 super cute layers there with the Hearts in Bloom stencil set. But this, we were talking about it the other night in the live, and you guys that were in the chat. This could be used for so many different occasions. Just change up the colors. And I even think you could do a cute design, maybe leave out the layer that has the big hearts. If you didn't want it really lovey-dovey, leave out the big hearts and kind of switch it up a little bit. But all kinds of different things that you can do with that. And I'm just in love with this whole card design from Leanne West. So pretty. All right. So let's get back here. It is time. Lisa is going to do 2 giveaway winners this time. Let me catch up with my comments. Everybody loves this. A wedding card. Absolutely. That is a great idea. A wedding card. And you could figure out probably what their wedding colors were. and do, you know, a lighter pink or even a soft like pale yellow and green or baby blue. You could just do all kinds of things and add, you know, a pretty wedding sentiment in there. I'm using Forever. This. Oh, I missed it. The comments are going, so I might need a backup. There you go. Yes, Arsenia says, I'm using this forever. I need a backup. Yes, on doing it. The wedding colors. Yes. Okay, so congratulations to Dave Bechtel maybe, and Sherry Davis. You are our last two winners, Dave and Sherry. If you'll email me, Kelley at honeybeestamps.com, I'll make sure to get your gift card. And if you'll give me a few minutes after we log off here, I'll get those set up so you guys can shop whenever you want to. So congratulations to our winners. And I want to make sure, absolutely awesome, release and fabulous life. Okay, thank you, Carol. I want to make sure that everything is good to go on the website. So I don't know if Lisa or Melissa, I know Lisa's here. I want to make sure everything's ready to go before I ever head people over. Is there any other questions that you guys may have about anything that you've seen? Did you miss any information? Thank you, Anne. Good night, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Melissa's telling us the release is now live. We're good to go. Thank you, Melissa. All right, you guys. So thanks for joining me tonight. As always, make sure you check back. I will not be back tomorrow, but Thursday night we're going to be back, and I'm going to be crafting with some of this awesome new stuff. And I hope to see you then. Come join us on Thursday night, same time and same place. Gift card winners, if you'll give me just a few minutes, I'll get you all set up. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye-bye.